Hey everyone, today I will be ranking and roasting K-pop companies. If any of you are CEOs of said companies, look away, I'm about to hurt your feelings. No company is perfect, of course. Some are close though and some are. How do I put this in a way I can still be monetized? They're less than good. I do want to say that these are not all the companies out there. I just picked one that I had heard of, so sorry to any I left out. Get over it. Also, I haven't done like full-on research on these companies, so I may have left out some details and forgive me for that. And all of this is my opinion and alleged and blah blah. Don't sue me, I have no money. You can have my fake army bomb though. By the way, you can correct me in the comments. Other than that, here's me eating the rich. So, before we begin ranking, let me explain the tiers. On top we have, we stan. Pretty self-explanatory. I do want to mention that there are legit no companies that are perfect, so these aren't the best but just the best out of the worst, if that makes sense. Second, we have, peacefully coexist. Here are companies that I'm not a fan of but I wouldn't kick them out either. The third is ignore. Now ignore may not sound bad but here we start getting into the crusty companies. Companies that come in this tier haven't had any major fuck ups, but they slipped up and we collectively choose to ignore them so we can keep our sanity and peace. Fourth, might jump. Basically, if I see any of these companies out in the streets, I may have to do a roundhouse kick or two. And last, jail. Do I even need to explain? That being said, let's start ranking. The first company I'll mention is FNC Entertainment. Some of the artists that have been under FNC include AOA, Cherry Bullet, SF9, P1 Harmony and N Flying. So chances are that you may haven't heard of FNC much, unless you are a huge fan of one of the groups under the company. FNC basically has two big scandals which I will use to judge them. Of course, I'm not in their company, so I can't speak much about their facilities or treatment. That goes for every company I speak about. But the first scandal that FNC had was from early 2019. So a member from FT Island, Choi Jong-hoon, was responsible in abuse case. I won't go into much detail just because this isn't the focus of the video, but FNC's initial response was denying.
No, it's true. It's true.
Later Choi Jong-hoon retired from the industry, more like booted outright. So, FNC was basically forced into accepting the truth, which tells me they were denying just to get rid of the scandal, which is disgusting. I know a company wants to protect their artist, but damn, this is not the place to do that. The second scandal is the one we're all more aware of. I even made a video on this. It's Jimin from AOA bullying former AOA member Mina. Since I don't want this video to be too long, I won't go into detail, but if you missed this, I'll link my video below where I explain the situation in full detail. Basically, Mina called out Jimin for bullying her for years. FNC did put out a statement pretty quickly this time. They ended up kicking Jimin out. But according to Mina, FNC knew about this bullying but didn't step in. Trash. Another member's mom also criticized the company for its lack of care for its artists too. So overall, I would put FNC in might jump. They haven't technically done anything illegal, but there have been many instances of mistreatment and mismanagement. FNC strikes me as a company that doesn't really know how to handle their groups well. So FNC gets a karate chop from yours truly. Hopefully, they fix their act because they have some good groups under them and I don't want them to end up suffering due to FNC's lack of management. Second, let's talk about Pledis Entertainment. Some artists under Pledis include 17, Noest, and previously Pristin, After School. Now Pledis hasn't done anything monumental for their artists as far as I have seen. They don't promote their groups well and the whole Pristin disbandment left a bad taste in my mouth. I was going to rank them at ignoring, but their recent statement for Mingau's bullying accusation has bumped them up for me. Unlike another entertainment company, they took the accusations seriously and instead of throwing their artists under the bus, they are actually taking the right steps in clearing the issue and keeping Mingau safe. That's why I'll rank them at peacefully coexist. I do wish they do better in promoting their groups because they have some amazing talent locked up in their basement. Moving on to P Nation, run by the icon that is Psy, and the artists under P Nation are Psy, Hyuna, Jessie, Dawn, Highs, Crush. Ignoring the totally weird and crusty name, P Nation is one of the chillest companies. It's probably because I was under another company, cough cough.
What the?
He learned what not to do. But also having someone who is currently an idol be a CEO has its benefits. I think P Nation understands the international market well and gives their artists a lot of freedom, which is great. They are for sure ranked top tier in We Stan. I hope more companies use P Nation as an influence on their management skills. Starship Entertainment. Artists that have been under Starship Entertainment are Monster X, Gravity, Cosmic Girls and Sister. Starship has generally very mixed reviews. Fans usually rave about their management and they allegedly pay their artists pretty well and take care of their healths too. However, their reputation was kinda tarnished after the produce voting scandal and after they made Wonho leave Monster X. Now whether it is Wonho or Dawn or Jessica or BI, I hate when a company forces idols to leave for doing the smallest, most normal things just to avoid a scandal. So, I will put Starship in ignore, but I was contemplating between might jump to. The only reason I'll keep it at ignore is because of their treatment towards their artists, but you're on thin ice, Starship. The Black Label. Artists under Black Label are Somi and I think, Zionty. Now Black Label is part of YG, but I wanted to include them separately since my points for both companies are legit night and day. Black Label seems like a small chill company. I know Teddy runs things there and knowing Teddy's vibe, I feel like it's a comfortable environment. Although I do have a complaint. The comebacks are so infrequent. I don't know if it's true, but apparently Somi has to wait almost a year or even more between comebacks, which is not the best for idols who are just exploding with the desire to perform. Knowing Teddy, the music is his style, and while he's a great producer, he needs to explore more in his music. I think he found a trick that works and he applies it to everything, and I'm not a huge fan of that. Anyway, I know he's super sweet and caring towards Somi, so I'll rank Black Label at peacefully coexist. Woollim Entertainment. Some artists under Woollim: Golden Child, Lovelyz, Infinite, Epic High. Based on my very thorough research, Woollim just seems like a plain cracker. I mean, it seems like it's a good environment and they haven't had any major scandals to my knowledge. That being said, they aren't the best at promoting their groups either. Another point worth bringing up is a review left by an ex-employee, and they revealed, quote, "The agency constantly criticizes the artists' appearances and physiques, among other things. I'm still going to put them at peacefully coexist since this is unconfirmed, and let's be honest, what company doesn't scrutinize over an idol's looks?" Okay, so I originally put Stone Music in here, but I don't understand how the artist system works, and Stone works in partnership with several other companies, and I don't know how to delete it, so let's be nice and ignore it. KQ Entertainment. Ateez are the only artists who have exhibited under KQ yet, so KQ is a relatively new company, but I already see them having a huge future. The way I stan a company so hard, it's unreal. Firstly, I respect how they give the boys a break whenever they need it. If you don't know, they let members rest well for injuries, since all of that is break their necks every time they perform. Not only that, but the way they handled Mingi's anxiety and give him rest and privacy is respectable. Despite being a small and unknown company, Ateez have lived in a pretty good sized apartment since pre-debut. And as an army, I was shocked to see how well KQ invested in them. They also promote Ateez super well and have made them pretty big internationally. KQ also provides English lessons to Ateez, and their production team are also super chill, and their staff seems super close and nice to Ateez as well. KQ even managed to fund trips for Ateez to fly to America for proper dance training, and even to Morocco for their debut MV, not to mention how great the stylist team is. and they give the members, especially Hongjoong, a lot of artistic freedom, and it's so sweet how well they promote B-sides, especially when Hongjoong composes them. They even managed to give Ateez a full-fledged concert around Europe when they were still rookies. KQ has to be my favorite company. The lack of scandals, the care for quality of life and artistic freedom and health is incredible. For sure, KQ goes right at the top. Cube Entertainment. Artists under Cube are G-Idol, CLC, Pentagon and BTOB. And we go back down to the crusties. Cube is super problematic. From their handling of Hyuna and Edawn's dating news to their mismanagement of CLC, there's a lot of stupid decisions Cube has made. I mean, they literally abandoned CLC when they debuted G-Idol and barely promoted them, even though they debuted all the way back in 2015. And they've had several, and I mean several, scandals over the years. From mass resentment by loads of Cube employees to clear favoritism and lack of empathy for their young trainees and idols. They even allegedly plummeted their stocks, and to save their asses, they overworked their artists to the bone. And also their lack of knowledge in cultural appropriation. Definitely trash, and you know where this is going. Straight to jail. Despite that, I have to admit that they do put out great groups, but I wish they managed them well. Now we get to the big guns. YG Entertainment. Artists under YG are Blackpink, Ikon, Treasure and Winner. Now we are getting to the meat and potatoes of this video. The big three. Now, if you are a big three stan, you might want to exit out of this video because I'm about to tear these companies to shreds. And if you are a fan of any group under YG, especially a Blink, I don't have to remind you of how terrible YG is. He is openly sexist, referring to 2NE1 members as ugly when they were young girls, reducing them to their looks and putting them out in an industry that so heavily focuses on visuals. And he didn't do this privately, he labeled them as ugly publicly. He invited netizens to be free to say whatever they wanted about 2NE1's looks, and they did. After that, they debuted Blackpink as Pretty 2NE1, again, reducing these talented girls to just looks. Not only that, he prohibits them and controls them so much, from making them attend events they don't want to giving them personalities to wear as masks. They have had their fair share of scandals and illegal things, but I don't want to focus on them since it's too heavy for this video. YG also has clear favoritism, overworking one artist while taking away opportunities from others. He's racist for sure, and instead of being a guide for his trainees and idols, he's a dictator. You can legit see the fear in YG artists' eyes whenever he is around or even mentioned. Not only that, but the CEO is extremely childish and basically started solo stands fan wars amongst Blinks, as well as the fan wars between armies and Blinks. He has publicly put down BTS, and that's super unprofessional for someone in his position, and then compared BTS to Blackpink, instead of giving them their own identity, like in their old Spotify bio.
Oh shit! A rat!
YG seems to get very caught up in competition, and they hate losing, which sucks since Bighit basically pounded them. I don't have to tell you about the media play. They lied to Blink saying that Blackpink's concerts were almost sold out, so buy the tickets now, and when fans attended, huge sections of the venue were empty. He has lied about sales too. Generally, YG is one of the companies I hate the most, and it's not even because of the lying, but because of his treatments towards these idols who have worked so damn hard to debut, giving them no comebacks, no artistic freedom, and basically holding them in a cage and threatening them to perform even when they aren't feeling well, not to mention their reaction to Jennie and Kai's dating scandal. You know that YG is going straight to jail. JYP Entertainment. Artists under JYP are Twice, Stray Kids, Itzy, Day 6 and previously GOT7, another company I despise. JYP has made it abundantly clear in the past months that they really don't care about their artists. I think JYP's biggest issue is that he is high on himself. He literally thinks he is the best and that all his idols need to be like him. Sure, he may be a good singer, I wouldn't know since I throw my phone into the ocean every time he comes on. But maybe he is. But there isn't just one type of singer or one type of music. As someone who is a GOT7 fan, followed them pretty religiously around Look era, the amount of times he has undermined these young boys' talents, stifled their artistic freedom actually pisses me off. JB, the leader of GOT7, has always shows a great desire to put out self-produced music, and I even remember a clip where he was so nervous to show it to JYP, who then listened to it for like 5 seconds and rejected it. It hurt me so much, especially since JB had worked on those songs for weeks and months, only to be put down by a boomer with outdated taste. Safe to say, I'm glad GOT7 left. Another point is their overworking twice and their neglect towards the girls' mental health and safety. With the slave room incident, check out this video to know more. And Nay and Stalker, JYP should make twice as health and safety their priority, but it seems to be afterthought, which again is sick since that means they are money hungry. I know the trainee experience and education provided to trainees has always been complimented, but I really wish JYP fixes themselves. They seemed like such a promising company, but they just dropped so low enough to be in the jail ranking. SM Entertainment. Artists under SM are Red Velvet, NCT, SHINee, EXO and Girls' Generation. Buckle up, I hate SM so damn much. Now, as someone who is a huge Reveluv, you probably don't need much of an explanation on why I hate SM, but it's my video so I'll say it anyway. SM's biggest issue is lack of empathy and compassion. When SM sees an idol, they don't see a human being, they see a means to make profits. They are another company that are crazy about competition. They want to be the pioneers of everything, but just because you have a lot of ideas, does not mean they are good. Not to mention the SM stands with their heads up their ass that ignore every clear flaw in the company. Here are just some off the top of my head. Theft. SM is notorious for stealing artwork, concepts and cinematography from small artists and using it without credit, even going as far as patting themselves on the back for something they didn't even create. They disregard idols' feelings and mental health. Idols like Jonghyun and Sully are examples of this, pushing idols under the bus and abandoning their real feelings like Irene and Jessica. How about the weird management for Aespa, who are literally young girls, overworking idols like Mark and Taehyung while pushing others behind and giving no freedom to Red Velvet, who are basically almost seniors now with 7 years of experience. You already know they are going straight to the bottom. It's ironic how all three in the big three are such scumbags. But next we have a company that proves that you don't have to be an arsehole to create successful groups. Bighit Entertainment. Artists under Bighit are BTS and TXT. Now Bighit are already widely known as a great company, but I'm not going to deny their flaws. They too tend to overwork BTS to the bone, along with BTS being workaholics, and in the beginning, they were quite strict with BTS. But since BTS gained popularity and simultaneously Bighit's trust, they are given artistic freedom like control over all their songs, even their mixtapes and solo stuff, to the point where Jungkook was even allowed to direct a whole music video. They're also great at protecting their artists, like when they saw BTS were being disrespected at Korean variety shows, they literally spent all their budget on Run BTS, where the boys could chill and compete over food. They are also incredibly good at marketing. The way they are able to give BTS time off or a vacation while filming content for ARMYs through shows like Bon Voyage and In the Soup is honestly genius. Their stylist team as well as stage production is immaculate to say the least, and their promotion is great too. Plus Bighit gives both BTS and TXT unique concepts and music videos. But not going to lie, I'm getting kinda worried about Bighit. They seem to be expanding and venturing in the business world quite a lot, and while that's great for them and their artists, I hope they keep the focus on BTS and stay minimalistic instead of getting money hungry and crazy. But since so far, the expansions have just led to groups getting better promotions and practice rooms, I'm content. So, Bighit goes to the top and ideal. Good work Bang PD. And here we have my complete ranking. That is it for this video. This took a long time to put together and quite a few all-nighters to edit, so please show your support by liking this video, commenting below how your ranking would look, and please subscribe because I have some really amazing videos planned and I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss them. Also click this bell to turn on notification because YouTube hates me and my videos showing up in subscription boxes. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.